What's going on, guys? Running at 44 back with you again for another video for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And today, I'm going to extend out to you a very warm welcome from beautiful Namibia. Yes, we're actually flying someplace other than Alaska in this video. Now, this video, it's going to be a little bit different from the other videos I've produced, as this isn't really a full-fledged video and it's not really a live stream video that I just throw up on the channel. But this is a group flight that I did as I'm recording this audio right now. One day ago, it was just last night that I did this flight. So this is with the whole entire Got Friends development team. So they are best known for their payword GB for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and as of tonight, the Discus-2c glider. So this is different than the previous freeware Discus. This is the 2C model. I believe the previous one was the 2B, I want to say. And the 2C is freeware as well. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, the glider is out. It is in the description below. It is releasing New Year's 2022. So, just after midnight UTC time. Check the description below. There will be a link to that glider down below. If you guys want a good breakdown and first look at this aircraft, I highly recommend going and jumping over to AvAngel's channel. She's done a wonderful breakdown and look at this aircraft. So, you want to check it out before you go download it? I'll put a link in the description of her video. There's also going to be a tag popping up right about now. And you can click on that and navigate on over to that video. As I said, we're out here in Namibia flying. And, you know, we just kind of had a sit down. We were all in Discord. It was, you know, Jonks, Micro, 270 Inc., Got Gravel, and there's a couple others that popped in. AvAngel was in here. So yeah, I'm just gonna let the video play, and this of course is not the full flight. The full flight time was about 2 hours, so I'm not gonna put a 2-hour video out there, not this time at least. So this is a cut down version of the full flight, but yeah, not as much of me talking to you in this video. Just a lot of talk in general, kind of shooting the shit. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoy the video, and let's get up in those thermals, shall we?
You're either getting really close. Oh, you are close. Okay, I thought you were just getting insane altitude right there.
No, you wish.
Still looking for a cumulus here that will take me up. So far, I'm just redlining my people.
When I started, there was not a whole lot of lift, but right now I'm like constantly up. It's awesome.
Yeah, I just need to wait for the right spot. I did yesterday, I was just lifting like crazy. Same by the preset, same place. Real calm.
What's the ground level here? Is it about 4,000?
Roughly, yeah. Like 4 or 5. It's funny to see that one road down there have like so much traffic though.
Yeah.
This is why I turned off traffic in the end. It just annoyed me too much.
Yeah.
Same, I have no traffic on whatsoever. It looks too weird.
Alaskan highway busier than an LA freeway. Nope.
Correct. And cars making 180 U-turns in a fraction of a second, doing impossible Star Wars things.
Floating over
So-
bridges, that's the best actually.
Yeah,
When
that's
you start
one.
hovering.
Levitation skills and
See, I don't remember it being that bad in FSX though.
Never had it to
yeah, that one is better.
AI caused major performance issues back in FSX days.
Yeah.
I was always trying to chase getting some FPS out of that goddamn game. It took having a computer that would play this through FSX because the computer needs to work properly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember third-party mods that people would sell to try and increase your frame rate and whatnot.
They were literally just pre-done tweak files.
Oh yeah, the DX10 fixer.
Steve's DX10 fixer, yeah, that was a requirement actually.
That was a really nice
Um,
addition, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Finally have like shadows inside the cockpit.
So
yeah.
I'd moved on to P3D by that point, so it already
There was a DX10 fixer that was freeware on Simviation that I used. I don't remember what it was called. Worked.
Rhoda, did you slow up there? How'd you get all that altitude, man?
Thermals.
Yeah? You're hunting really well. I'm missing all of those.
Still trying to find one.
Yeah, that's why I asked what the AGL was, because you guys are pretty low.
Actually, well, that's the funny thing. I know that the weather's not syncing over the network or anything, but when I was in that area, Josh and Gravel, like, you guys, I wasn't getting anything over there, so I came over here. I don't think that's going to make a difference, though.
Yeah.
Although I do wonder if we were in group, whether we would have synced weather.
Usually, yes. Usually.
Yeah.
Because I've done plenty of group flight. Usually, when we do live or presets, then we see the same things at the same place.
Who's Victor Hotel Echo Echo Echo? Is that AvAngel or?
No.
What was that mean?
Oh, that is literally Victor Echo Echo Echo.
Okay.
It's the attack of his aircraft.
I'm gonna
Well,
go ahead and fly up to him, say hello. If I can make it there without losing all of my list.
I'm still losing altitude.
Me too.
We'll attempt the other night.
Clouds, but
I'm gonna try to fly to the west.
I might be coming in for another landing and a launch. Just thinking.
it's alright that winch is enjoyable to use.
Oh
That's
shoot,
true.
let's have to go watch that.
Oh,
It needs
it's
a lot
so
of
much
work though.
fun.
It is still a way off from realism because of some SDK limitations, but it does work, I guess. It's,
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
I realised
Exactly.
what I was doing to chase the winch, then it suddenly made sense and worked.
Yeah, then it does. But it's not a true rope simulation yet for the winch. It's just not quite possible. So there are some concessions, but other than that, it gives you independence. You can use it. Like you said, you follow the glide. Yeah, then it will work. So take it for what it is.
You know, gonna be
Yeah,
as good as
exactly.
we can do right now.
Yeah, exactly. So then it's okay. So yeah, just don't expect 100% realism because it's not. But it gets you in the sky and then you can fly. So I'm happy.
Does the job fine.
Yeah.
I tried to use the kinetic assistant thing and got very confused and it decided to try to
Yeah, too. Oh, the weather Sabo and me. Okay, I'm coming in for a landing and another launch. It's not gonna happen here. I need
Still
altitude.
can't believe I chose to go to freaking Courchevel. Yeah, let's do something
was-
simple.
that was-
That makes total sense.
It was still an amazing landing, though.
It was a controlled crash.
I like that crab walk in there.
Something
Hey.
about that. I need to see this video. Was it recorded, right, AV?
Yep, put it out today.
Awesome. Don't delete
Yeah,
that.
No, it's staying in there. I don't
We'll
delete
have our
anything.
moments.
I have my. Well, no, I put it down perfectly fine, but I
Yep.
was so worried about stopping, I let my left wingtip drag, and it just turned
Oh.
me, and I went straight off the side of the runway, which at a normal airport would be fine.
I've done that before. That's quite fun, actually.
Yeah, it's not a Courchevel.
The cartwheel out.
Yeah.
I bounced.
Okay, touchdown.
We were fine.
Yeah. That's okay.
The plane, the aircraft's fantastic. It behaves as it should, as expected. It does. It's nice.
Nice. Awesome.
Simple and
Mhm.
effective. And earlier
Nice
people
and
said,
quiet,
how much is
right?
it going to be? Where do I get it from? I said, I literally told you it's not out yet. It's free. Sod off.
Okay.
Oh, there goes Gravel.
Number 2. Yep. Do another lunch. Is this cheating? Okay.
Yes.
No such
Okay.
thing as cheating.
Cheating even more. I just slewed up. I didn't even use
Just blame the weather to diffuse the thermal knee, so.
Oh, I'm getting so bad, it's just porpoising now.
I gotta start spinning the other direction. My head's spinning.
A new canopy looks great, guys. Really. The class
Yeah, I liked
effect,
it.
slight blue tint, I like it.
Have you picked up any of the fingerprints here and there?
Tiny ones, which I think is okay. Maybe it depends on the sunlight, so maybe that's going to be.
For me, I thought it was like icing or something. because it was
That was icing.
too
Yeah,
blurry.
a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It is tricky, but it's probably always good to offer a clear canopy edition.
Some people
But
like
it's
that.
something for later.
Yeah, our point was to have it very, very minor and subtle because
Yeah.
you don't. It wants to be look like it's taken care of.
Correct. It should
Both
be.
worlds.
Yeah. Even 80-year-old warbirds, they're usually in pristine conditions.
Yeah.
It's scratch
Oh,
on
the-
them.
You know,
the
some
blue
developers
is
did put
probably
something
my
out with
favorite.
just like the most scratched windshield you've ever seen. Realism? No.
Although I'm a little bummed that I'm not seeing the other gliders on the FS source screen. It was working last night, so I'm not sure if that's just our location or what's causing it.
Where are you guys flying?
We're flying near Fox Yankee Hotel, Quebec.
Where?
FYHQ is the name of the
Where?
airport.
That's awesome.
Africa, I think.
It's in Namibia.
Oh, Fox Yankee. Okay, yeah, Africa.
Supposed to be a mecca for gliders here. Great thermals, high cloud base. No obstruction.
Lots of traffic on the road.
That's why I picked the French Alps.
That's
I figured
good.
if I'm gonna go down, it might as well be on the French.
What is So there's the icons on the left-hand side of the display. There's one on the bottom that looks like it has like an airplane in it. What is that used for? It doesn't seem like a student.
Center the map.
It's a center. Although it's what's like ironic about that is that the icon's not centered.
Yeah. No, basically, when you click and drag the map to move around and look around in your area, press that button and it recenters the map on the aircraft. Otherwise, the aircraft will just fly independently from the map movement then.
Is there anything special you have to do to be able to click and drag the map?
No, just click and drag.
Actually, it's
working.
not working for me.
No.
V is absolutely going insane. He's at 11,000 feet.
How does he do it? I still don't have any lift.
I know.
Hey, can you guys click and drag on your map as well, or is it static?
Oh yeah, for me it works, but I have my refresh rate on low, so it's really stuttery.
That works. I have it
Starting
on
to
medium,
wonder-
which is quite okay.
I wonder what RotorNet and I did to not allow that to work.
I'm wondering if it's that setting we changed the other day for the
The mouse setting?
yeah. Look.
Are you on lock or are you on legacy? I'm on legacy right now.
That's not a good idea.
I think I'm block.
You're on lock? No, I turned that
Well,
off.
you're
I don't
on
like
legacy,
seeing the
right?
blue highlight.
Shit, what's that under?
Accessibility settings, I think. No.
Yeah, it is.
It is okay.
Yeah, I'm on lock.
No,
Right,
I'm
legacy.
on legacy. So that's not it. We must have clicked on something that's caused that to happen.
Well, I was like I said, I was clicking that center button or whatever it was.
Okay. Can you guys click on your
got it.
center button once? Oh, what'd you do?
It's the track marker or whatever above it.
Oh, we were tracking thermal, so it locks your screen in place.
Ah.
That's not intentional.
The only problem with the tracker is that when I do track it, and then I zoom in, it's not scale. It remains the same.
Yeah, it remains the same. Okay.
So it's
Yeah, we'll have
really
to-
helpful.
This is mostly touch and cloud, so it's Alex and Ian we'd have to contact and kind of ask what they're doing with it. We merged some other code into it to give it some more functionality, but I think overall, I think all of us would need to sit down and just kind of have a look at it. Get that,
I'm
because that
amazed by
system is
tech
going to be
and
used on a
glider.
lot of gliders.
Oh, that wing flex is so fun.
Josh, did we get that decal on the flag fixed on the very back with the stars and stuff?
I
Or is
don't
that
think
still
so.
stretched? No.
No,
Okay.
yeah. No, that one needs just to unwrap. I think it just needs to unwrap one of them and then match the UV to them. So
Yeah.
that they're even, yeah.
All right. Let me just make a list of like final things. They're not major. They're just super tiny, really quick fixes visuals. So one
Wasn't
is
the hinges one of the things?
the hinges. So the hinges apparently we can't really fix because the canopy doesn't sit flush when rotated. Yeah, which is a shame. So I guess we can pretend this is a reproduction hinge.
You could just paint it white and it'd be hard to see.
That's possible. We could always paint in little normal hinges or something. That's a possibility. Okay, so number one is take a look at that flag. Flag decal UV. We need to confirm Vario needle colors.
Yeah, on V4 they were flipped.
They're fixed in V4. That is correct, then.
No, I said they were flipped on V4, I think.
Yeah, they were flipped, but I'm not sure if we now have it correct or if it was correct before. That's the thing. If I were to take a guess, I think it should be flipped once more because the inner needle to center is supposed to be temperature, which like in my mind I would assume temperature you'd want to see as red because that's how we see any kind of thermometer, right? So yeah, we'll take a look at that one. What else do we got? GoPros.
The scale of the GoPros is a tiny bit small.
Scale of the GoPro is small.
Only
I
little.
modeled that based off a Hero series, so the dimensions should
Yeah,
be
it looks
correct.
like a Hero 7 or 8 or 9. It just looks a little. The scale, the dimensions are right. It just looks a little small proportional to the person and the aircraft.
Could be
Okay.
just a camera angle, wide angle.
You want to take a
Yeah.
look at that in VR Gravel? Like, you want to see if it's super tiny on your side when you look at the GoPro?
VR does, but a lot of things in VR look a bit small for me. It's a bit of an Oculus thing, and I can't set scaling in the Oculus. So
Okay.
if you're sure you got the dimensions okay, I think leave it. Should be
Yeah,
alright.
yeah,
Then
I
it's,
modeled it
then
based
it's
off a
camera
Hero.
angles, VR, and blame it on everything else. But yeah.
It's only a GoPro nerd like me that noticed.
Oh, the VSI needle make all white again.
Okay.
The
That
VSI
one
needle. Yep.
Did you get the new 5 version?
No chance yet. Was it fixed already?
Sorry,
The VSI currently is white on my
Okay,
end.
super. Okay, great.
yeah, I fixed that. I fixed the flarm this morning. I did the. I don't know how the needle slipped by again. It's something with my painter.
That's why we're all checking. That's
no
okay.
doubt. Yeah, and that one's such an easy fix. I should just have a needle
Of
set.
course.
in-
Just
in
pour a
a
bucket
test
of paint
spot.
over the needle.
Yeah.
I want to go over the checklist and make sure to make any spelling errors. I'm prone to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good point, actually. Look later. Yeah. Finally, some lift. Yay. If you're looking for some, I'm circling here like a vulture. That looks great, guys. Now.
Maple said perhaps the GoPro cam could have just a few degrees lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just so you could see a tiny bit of the torso of what would it be. And then,
Yep.
I
That's
think-
awesome. Right now, you just see below. You just see a bit of the stick. That's all. That can be a bit more, definitely.
Mhm. Are we happy with the new default pilot camera view? I could have sworn we used to be able to see the top of the stick before, but that might just be my ultra wide. I'm not sure.
I haven't checked that if I'm now in VR, so I'll have a look at it later. But
I have my own custom view, so
Okay.
it doesn't really affect me.
Four looked fine to me. The only difference was when I switched into head tracking and it went up a bit, so I was pushing down. It was fine.
right.
I'm not sure if the head tracking behaves like the VR stuff does in the aircraft, but it was fine.
So the
It's like a completely inept tester for a freaking glider because I have no idea how gliders work. Other than no engine, but you're meant to enjoy them, so.
I've learned more in the last week than I have ever.
thing, actually, the whole development process taught me a lot about gliders. Did not know about them.
Yep.
I was actually really impressed how well even FSX managed to get. You know, I know their thermal simulation wasn't great or anything, but
At least it had a rudimentary one.
yeah, pretty. I like how they
Well,
did
FSX
birds
natively
actually.
integrated one. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we need those birds here. That would be cool. It's really
I
useful.
mean, FSX natively actually supported a glider as a stock aircraft, so they had to have a system for it, whereas this one, they seem to have just been like, nah, okay.
Like a lot
Coming
of
year,
things.
supposed to have official support 2022. We shall see
When,
how it
do we
goes.
even have any idea when? So
Not exactly when, but definitely they did say the coming year that they're gonna work on gliders. So I do expect winch tow, aero tow to be natively in. But,
That'd be
Oh,
It was like,
better-
it said like end of 21, early 22 originally, but now I think it's like late 22.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
something like
helicopters
that.
as well was gonna be
Yep.
natively supported and done. Although I'm seeing more helicopter developers pushing their software internally rather than all relying on external programs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, we're not waiting for them, so hence the glider here.
Yeah.
With all the development. Yeah,
I was
but
just
the
test
better
flying
thermal
the,
support would be nice.
I
oh
will.
yeah. I was just test flying the Bell 47 again.
Mhm.
I got sent the new copy of it with the internal stuff of the actual flight systems, so it no
Mhm.
longer relies on the external program. And that thing's fun, but oh my god, that terrifies you. It feels like your teeth are shaking flying that
Uh-huh.
rattly little bastard helicopter.
I've flown that
I
a
love
couple
it.
of times.
Yeah, it's such a visceral experience. The startup sounds of that put 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 as the radial catches. Oh, it sounds so good.
I've actually got Bell 47 flight time. I tell you what, that's pretty spot on with how it handles.
It seems a little twitchy. Would that be
It's,
accurate?
it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty twitchy.
That's good to know.
And it's also, so in the Bell 47, so I've flown both the R44 and Bell 47. In the R44, you can kind of rest your arm on the cyclic control. The 47, your arm's pretty much all the way outstretched the entire time. So it's kind of an awkward helicopter to fly.
It was
I
like
guess-
dawn of the helicopter, wasn't it?
What's that?
It was kind of the practical dawn of the helicopter. In
Yeah,
terms
pretty
of
much.
making one that was actually utilitarian.
Very early. I don't remember exact year. 40s, I think, right?
You could do some unlegit things with the 47, like full-on like sliding skid turns, which it shouldn't be able to tolerate, but it does. Like lean it over and stamp on the pedals, and the thing will just come around and slide to a stop. Now that and the 44 are the two that feel much more realistic compared to some of the other ones that are a bit too stable and easy.
I feel like I tried flying the 44 here last week. I feel like, oh, what the hell's the program?
Oh, I know
What's-
the one you mean, yeah.
The physics program. What the hell is that
Yeah.
Airland.
Airland, yes.
called? I feel like, so there's something either going on with the Airland, or it's something to do with how, like, the seaplanes right now, how they're getting kind of weather vaning into the wind. I feel like helicopters are doing the same thing.
Yes, they are.
Weather
Flight
vaning
Sim's
into the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flight Sim's
They're
wind
trying to
behavior's
do
always been weird.
keel effect, but they're just overdoing it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
overkill.
Weather veining has indeed been overdone for a long time. It's
What they
quite
need
a
to fix is
struggle.
damn water. The water's
Yep.
terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Like I
Yeah,
remember
with-
trying to do an actual video showing people how to, you know, the basics of float flying, and the principles are there. It's just Sim won't let you do it properly because it's constantly skipping stones.
Yeah, the physics simulation needs work there for water a lot.
Come on, A2A.
Weather
bring out
veining is
active
way
physics.
exaggerated. Yeah.
I used to like turning the wind up in FSX to nice high numbers and actually sailing the float plane.
Hmm.
thing I missed. The water just doesn't feel right. Can't believe you guys are putting this thing out for free though. It's crazy.
That's what Brennan keeps saying. It's like
People would
we
literally pay
should
money
have
for
just
it.
kept the 2B and then put this out for payware. But I think what we're doing is right. We're starting the new year with something that's nice, and then later on we can do a payware version or something for FES.
It's helping the community. It's supporting the community, which is nice.
Yeah.
Definitely gives you more credibility too.
Wow.
I know people are. I mean, I know at least I'm gun shy to like buy anything right now, just because some of the stuff I've seen come out. But
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that means that when we put out the F4F, like people know that we're serious and we're not just goofing around. And
Well,
like,
I
we've
think
put a
the
lot of
GB
work
said
into that project so far.
The GB said you guys were serious right out the gate. think
I
the
wasn't on
GB
that project though. I only joined the team for the Wildcat and this one as well.
No, that GB came out of nowhere and it was just a wild machine that was so much fun to fly.
Upside down all the time.
Hell yes. That thing prepared me for when the Reno pack came out, because I remember the first night Reno dropped. I think I placed 5th in the world in the Texan time trials. That was fun. I love that thing.
I still haven't done a Reno race, and I purchased the expansion.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
haven't-
touched it that first day either. But welcome to my
Yeah.
life. I buy shit most days, just fly it once, and then that's it. It's expensive.
Oh, this sim is expensive for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I
Well, I've said
stuck
it
to
in
the
the
development.
past. I've said it in the past, but like, I remember back in the day, in the FSX era, when I'd be looking at things to buy, and there was a ton of stuff out there. And I think one of the most defining ones was the Milviz Otters and the Just Flight ones. I was looking at them, I was like, well, which do I get? And there's either the nice sexy trailers made by the developers and 1 or 2 terrible Bandicam videos of someone muttering over the top of it. And that was it. And it's like, well, which do I buy?
I miss
Which
the
do I
days
get?
of unregistered hypercam too.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no real way to tell, so when this came along, I was like, I know what I'm doing with this YouTube stuff. You know what? I'm finally gonna give it a crack. I'm gonna try and make the videos I wanted to see with the information I wanted. Just straight up, here are facts. Here is it flying. Here are what it can do. This is what you can use it for. It'll be fun. It won't be fun. Don't buy it. Buy it. Just, yeah. I'm not trying to be an expert. Just trying to show people so they can make their own mind up. Honest but with politeness.
Such a hard role, though. You can't answer everybody's questions.
I try.
Absolutely.
I get occasional people like today where someone's going, why do you do these videos? They're terrible. You keep flying planes you don't know how to fly. I'm like, that's the fucking point. It's a first look. I'm just diving in head first, like you will be. If I
Just
can manage
like
it,
you
probably
will
can
be.
too.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. I want them to see what they'll see. Not someone who's spent 20 hours polishing their exact performance on the thing to get it right exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what you're representing is
deleting the first
essentially
10
like
flights.
90% of the community who are going to be testing this out for the first time.
Yep.
I don't want them to see me having done 20 test flights before I finally recorded the one that was successful. If I fucking power drive it in, I power drive it in.
Yep.
Whatever.
Makes sense.
That's the experience, right?
Precisely.
That's why we do it in a sim.
Okay, I'm torn. I was so far away from you guys. I saw Gravel and 270 together, so I started flying, but now you guys are so far apart. And I don't know who to turn to because there's no thermals around.
I dive bombed what looked like a bird flock, and it ended up being a town.
Oh.
I just stay below this very dark, gloomy sky and keep sucking me up, so okay. So, alright.
That's the thing about a glider. You don't have to have a destination. Just ride those thermals until you're done.
And then try and work out where to get to. It was fun actually side-slipping the aircraft that the maneuver was intended for though.
I think if you tried it again, you'd probably get it. Dump the ballast next time.
Yeah, I was a little bit too heavy. It was more that I was also realizing I think I tried to stop too quickly.
You also dove in. You picked up a lot of
Yeah.
airspeed.
Yeah. I mean, touchdown was reasonable. It was just I tried to basically stamp on it a bit too hard, and wingtip dug in, and I went round. But you live and you learn.
That's a bad sim habit to take into real life. The first flight I ever did with my instructor, as soon as like I did my first like full stop landing, I actually hit the brakes, and he's like, "What are you doing? Just roll it down."
Oh no, it's more because I knew I was coming into Courchevel, which is a meaty airport at the best of times,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm in a sailplane, which is something designed to have lots of lift. And I want to try and kill as much as I've got here, so. I'm not familiar enough to know where its stall point is, so I can ride it down on that, and I'm not sure I want to try and ride it down on the high angle of attack. I don't know what this massive wing's going to do to me. This is not some sort of super curve I can just do stupid things with and hang on a prop, because I don't have one.
Challenge.
Oh no, I can just imagine now the freaking gravel Discus. Tundra tire glider.
That's awesome.
Hey, everything's better with Tundra tires.
That is accurate. That is accurate.
April's only 4 months away, right?
Oh no. Stall gliders.
I still do wish we tied that sound to the spoiler axis. Like, I understand that a lot of people have their throttle axis really bound to that, but I don't. Even when you click on it, there's no sound.
Yeah, I'm just clicking it for me because I don't want to rebuy my throttle. I'll be using it at some point to something else.
That's exactly, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to switch profiles. I'm too lazy to do that. I have a dedicated spoiler axis on my Warthog, so I don't really want to.
I need to get one for that because I use spoilers more and more as I have planes that use them, but most aircraft I fly just don't have spoilers, so why bother?
In my case, I set up my Bravo for a glider profile. Solves the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just reach forward and hit the old backslash key and go yeet.
I mean, it's okay to do that, but the main thing though is that the sound effect should still be tied to that
Yes,
spoiler
should be.
handle.
Correct.
Because if you click on it and drag it, which I know a lot of people are going to do, they're not going to hear a thing, and it's going to be a little bit jarring.
Yeah.
That
So is it
gear
only-
disconcertingly loud.
Is it only triggered by like the key, or what is?
Yeah,
It's looking for the sim variable of what's happening, right? Right now, because we're using basically a variant of the VL3 sound pack, and the VL3 doesn't have, like, the VL3 has speed brakes, but it doesn't have like an axis. It's just like a,
on or off.
exactly, yeah, it's like a toggle. I
And
think.
it can't be
I don't
defined.
know. I don't know, but I do know that the throttle sound is available. So maybe if we can somehow just kind of redirect spoilers to also use that same sound effect, that would probably solve it. Ideally, just creating our custom sound pack would be it. But I think like just the amount of work that would take, like that's definitely post launch, and if not premium anyway. So.
Yeah, sure.
Now, in terms of what you got for launch now, more than fine. Because I think people are enjoying the quiet experience.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't mention this yet, but I actually sent off the V5 to Simtom, the community manager. I know him personally. So he said he'd want to do some streaming of it, so I don't know if he's going to do that today or tomorrow, but people will definitely know about it, and I'm going to see if he can actually do an official post, because he's a community manager on the official Discord as well, so.
Nice.
Ah, the Discord full of hate.
That one, yeah. It wasn't always like that. Before Microsoft came in, it was actually quite peaceful.
I forgot how toxic this community was when I took a break from it. Not this community, but like the flight sim community in general.
Right, yeah.
My God.
Always has, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Which is
a niche
ironic
group.
because it's all grown-ups mostly, which is the problem. The people that should know better don't.
Use that term loosely then.
Very loosely. But these are also the same people who are obsessed with refusing to call it a game, which is why I think so many of them rage so hard about it being on Xbox now is, oh no, my adult hobby's a game now! Oh boo-hoo.
We can't justify it to our significant others anymore the same way. And I'm learning to fly.
I never got why everybody was so gung-ho about that. It's like I find myself, it's like a 50-50. Some days I call it sim, some days I call it game. Whatever comes out first.
I mean, it's a piece
Depends
of
on my
software that runs
mood.
on my computer and I enjoy it, therefore it's a game to me. You can take
Yeah,
games
exactly.
seriously, there are plenty of simulation games out there.
Depends
In
how
fact,
fly
it's a
the
whole
day
massive
also.
genre. I think each to their own, but one thing people need to do a lot more is respect each other's opinions. Which
On the
apparently is
internet?
short.
Oh,
It's weird, it happens a lot more in other games than it does in the Flight Sim world. And the amount of rage directed towards the Xbox users is saddening, considering that's the biggest source of new players.
Very much. And it's that convenience. We've just grown up with PCs. That's all we had.
that's right. That's the next generation of
It really
AV
is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, PC Gaming Master Race is one thing, but you know.
It is. I'll never play on a console.
No, we neither.
Yeah, just like certain things are fun. Some Grand Theft Auto here and there, but that's about it.
That's more fun on the PC to me, to be honest.
And I just
uh,
never had a PC that could run such a game the way I want to see it. Till now.
Yeah, it's the thing that bugs me the most is people crapping on this sim and it's like, my god, really? Have you flown in this world? The lighting, the appearance of the world, it's just... It's the closest thing I've found to the real thing in a long time.
100%.
Yeah, precisely.
I could forgive the little technical inconsistencies because guess what? I'm not counting every damn rivet and mile per hour. The overall experience is actually, as someone who flies, decently realistic for sitting in a desk.
I saw this sim, why I invested so much time. I see it as a jumping ground for games in the future. Imagine a Grand Theft Auto. Imagine Forza Horizon 6 worldwide. You can drive wherever you want. You can drive through the middle of a DayZ game that's got a flight sim over the top of it. I feel like it's
That
a world
universe
we can build off of that. You
That's
know,
right, this has the potential to do that. And I think the easiest is to start with boating and sailing. It's the easiest to incorporate. Driving needs a lot more consideration and work, but that could be a start. Yes, unification of the other game rules.
Yep, the
Well, look
worldwide
what Facebook
train.
trying to do with Meta.
Correct. Yeah, that too. Yes, there's another good one. It's gonna happen eventually, but it's a major technological challenge and effort.
It is. I understand saying that, what it is, but that's where I see this starting.
Yeah.
You have
But that would require, for example, for Microsoft to offer the global world as one simulation package with an excellent SDK for other game developers to hook in their flight sim, their boating, their racing, whatever else.
Yeah.
That sort of architecture, but you need a very solid world first.
I agree.
Which they haven't got yet.
maybe we'd get roads that aren't green,
Who knows?
Right.
right? Can you imagine playing Forza Horizon and the roads just like grass and green?
Or plug it into Google Maps and you see the cars where they actually are. See a traffic jam when there actually is one. I mean, that's why Google Maps knows when there's a traffic jam. It gets the data, and it's all
To be
right.
honest, when we get once Starlink is much more operational, I think things will be a lot easier for satellite mapping of things like these things because we'll have way better data transfer and communications abilities that'll open up a lot of data to the world, and that's the biggest thing, data. Right now it's huge.
Maple, what you doing all the way over there, man?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just
There's like a whole
trying to
pack
find
behind you, but missing out in the party.
something. Where they are, it's just clear sky for me. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I see that
I'm
too.
sure
There's
it's
like one
there.
cloud there. I'm just wondering if that's what they're going.
the new cloud base is good though. Yeah, nice.
Tried out some of the weather presets. They're actually pretty effective.
You guys able to,
Usually it was. Oh, go on.
were you guys able to dampen that the fall off on the backside, or is that just a SEM bug for ridge soaring, for ridge
That's
lift?
normal.
I think he did take a look at that, but I don't know if I've tested it yet. I don't think I have.
I don't know if it was just a coincidence. The other day, I mean, I climbed about 900 feet, and I think when I fell over the backside, I lost about 1,000.
Mm.
Hmm.
Maybe it's
It's
just
a little
odd case.
dramatic with it at times.
Yeah, the simulation of the airflow, especially ridge soaring, it needs a lot of work. It's not that accurate. It only stops at 500 feet above the mountain edge. Also, in reality, there can be thousands. What I've been trying also, what I was hoping to do was cliff soaring along the coast, but it just doesn't work. The cliffs are not high enough for the wind to actually blow up much. You can't maintain energy. So there's a lot to be done for the airflow. But it kind of works. Not perfect yet.
Close enough for government work.
But to simulate nicely though is the turbulence at the lee side.
Oh yeah. I noticed that in normal aircraft though.
Hmm.
It gets a little spicy once you get through to that side of the mountain.
I would like the cliff soaring to work. That's so cool to do. I tried it at West Coast, South UK. They have some wonderful cliffs to do that, but didn't quite work. Tried the same in New Zealand. And even though I set the wind at the 30 knots blowing land inward, it just didn't lift me up.
Yeah.
Somehow the sim doesn't pick that up. That little 100, 200 feet increase in height, not enough. Works in the Alps, but just not at the cliffs.
Forgive me, Got Gravel. Isn't it a little late in the Netherlands right now?
Ah, it's okay.
Ah, so you are Dutch, good. I thought so. I recognise the accent. I work with too many Dutch developers.
Yeah, happens. Well, my times are a bit odd sometimes. Mostly because most of the team is in. Actually, the whole team is in North America.
I only just got back
I'm the
from
odd
work.
out. I have an occasional meeting at 4 a.m. Not that often. Mostly we just do with chat whenever we are online, which is often enough. So collaborate just fine.
God, years ago when we were still in FSX stuff, I ended up working with some of the guys over at Sim Outhouse, and it was working with a Canadian and a West Coast American that ruined my sleep schedule for life. That's when I ended up on basically Eastern time permanently, because we were working hours into the night, sitting on TeamSpeak together, plugging away at projects and fixing things and back and forth and oh god. But that's when I ended up being up till 4 in the morning, and I've not managed to shake that yet. Now just accept that I live on Eastern time.
One of the people I work with at the studio actually would have terrible like sleep schedules. Like we'd be working until like really late, but he lived in North America. Then he moved to Greece recently, and it's actually been better because of his poor sleep schedule. Kind of works in my favor. Like I'm usually done work about 9 o'clock if we're working on the projects, and still have a bit of a night to do something with.
Yeah, that's how my night works at the moment mostly, is I'll work till like 10, 11 my time, which means I've got then 4 or 5 hours to myself just to chill and do other things.
There's other things.
I make sure there are other things, otherwise I will literally want to end it all.
I know this.
The landscape is great from up here. I can't imagine doing this in X-Plane with a flat texture or something.
Yeah.
You could
You
always
really
do
need
it
to get
with
the
4
scenery.
terabytes of ortho for XP. You know?
Yeah, you need to download a lot of stuff, otherwise you can't enjoy this sort of thing. That's what I like
Still
about
always,
MSFS. Yep.
Oh, so that's the thing that always bugged me about X-Plane is everyone's like, oh, the flight physics are so much better in X-Plane. I'm like, yeah, but you look
Nope.
like you're flying in a
They're
paper
actually
bag.
not. You know, going
They're
back
not-
to
they're not. It's
X-Plane,
overhyped.
it's extremely static.
It's definitely overhyped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, the MSFS flight model has gone beyond that already.
It's definitely past it post launch.
It is past it. It's better. It's better.
They've
At launch, no, but now it has improved so much. This is definitely beating X-Plane.
mhm.
Yes, you need to spend the effort to do it, but once that's done, you have a better model. Okay.
There's certainly things I can do in this sim that you can do in real life that you just couldn't in older sims. Like the stall behavior seems a lot more accurate now.
Oh, it is pretty good, and you can configure a lot for that. Still exploring the limits for that actually. But there's so much you can do for stall behavior. Nothing is perfect yet. It's getting awfully close.
I remember
It's not-
annoying you a lot about that during the gravel rework.
Just trying to
No,
improve
it's one of the
it.
most dangerous behaviors in an aircraft, so it needs to be right.
Yes, absolutely. So I need to model it as well. That's why we had some issue in the glide also. One of the pilots was testing it, and he created the kind of an extreme stall with full backstick, full rudder, and all that, and we got stuck in a very weird spin. But we could solve it by fixing the gyro stability. You just tweak some numbers, try it again, and try to get it right. So just need to test it and spend some time on it. That's correct now.
I can imagine. I liked the fact in the Discus, by the way, you can't open the larger side window without closing the little one first.
The small one,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice touch.
it is a very nice
Yeah,
little
I
touch.
didn't want them to clip. It would be very weird.
Yeah, I mean, you could have forced an auto closure as it came back, but I like the fact you have to actually close it first.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that was one thing. Were you? Is it possible to actually attach wind sound to those being open in flight? Because I noticed there's nothing.
There is nothing at the moment, but again, like I said, that would be doing a
later
custom
feature.
package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound pack. Yeah. Possible for sure, but yeah, we'll see what they can do for the premium. It's quite an effort because the custom sound is one of the more tricky things. That's why a lot of developers they go for a standard Asobo sound packs, and I don't blame them. It is a major effort.
Yeah.
Skill set is required. It is difficult. It's very
Any documentation on it?
There is wise
Very
documentation. Actually,
very
270
limited,
knows
there
a fair
is-
bit of it.
And the thing is to use the W Wise engine. It is a very complex one, very potent by the way, but it
Used-
definitely
yeah, good.
requires a skill set to be built up.
Yeah, it's an amazing tool.
It is right, it's really, but it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart.
And
Yeah, one of my friends. Yep, go ahead.
they gave us 30, what was it, 40, maybe 40 minutes worth of 3 videos in the SDK, and I sat there for a week straight
Mhm.
and just sat with the slowest speed possible. There's no sound, there's no talking over it. The only sound that's in the videos is the Vario sample that he's using, or the stall sample that he's using. There's everything is written on the bottom and written very, very vague. So I managed to limp through it, and I can get a sound, I can build a sound bank. It's now just creating those sounds and making them work best in that engine.
Yeah, it's definitely major
Yeah,
effort.
it's-
Why watch so many? Yeah, that's the way to learn it though. These things.
period though, right? That's we gotta take that on ourselves. Like I said, when you go looking through Sound XMLs and you see the same company at the top of some of these professional
Yep.
Sound XMLs,
Correct.
and then you go to that website, you realize that it is easily 15,000 to start.
Yes,
That's
that's the
higher
quote you
than-
get. Yeah. Those are the quotes. Yes.
Yeah, what do you expect? You got to send a team out to an airport of the airplane that you're trying to build with professional sound equipment. What makes you think that it wouldn't be
Yep.
that pricey?
It is around there. It is 20 to 50K easily. Yeah, it is a major effort. It's the most expensive part of the development actually. The sound.
Easily. easily. So that's what drives that do-it-yourselfer.
Mm.
And let's hope I can pull it off, friends.
That's why I'm thankful that the Sobo gives us all these models that we can freely use their sound banks. At least until we're capable to do better. But for now, we have something like now. We have sound in the glider.
It is
So,
really nice to have at least that, for sure.
Yeah, I wish they would include a little bit more about open door sounds that you hear the wind.
Well, they just
That
have
you can
doors,
have a
they-
more modular sound pack. That would be
They
nice.
open their doors of their own aircraft, actually.
Yeah, I should need a bunch of modular sound packs that are pre-made that we can just assemble, put together. It'll make it a bit more Lego for us.
That's
is
what
something
I'm
that
talking
annoys me
about, a
is that-
sample.
Yeah,
They just none of the doors open. Like FSX doors.
yeah,
are
I
open.
know. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
This
It
one
is
there.
immersion breaking, really.
They did
Yeah.
open.
And,
In
All
the
of
alpha.
but
those
this
are-
is. Yeah.
No. When?
In the alpha.
Which alpha?
Really?
Early on, they opened and they took it
I
out.
joined Alpha 3. They didn't have doors set open for sure in Alpha 3. I tried.
Okay. Must have been, I think I got in like alpha.
Yeah, it may have been Alpha 2. Yeah.
Should have seen my joy when I first launched into the Husky for that very first time and realized the door opened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
Uh-huh.
Of
So
course, they
Holy
can use.
shit, door.
I wonder what is the holdback on that, because it's not. I mean, it's just a freaking animation, right?
No,
Yeah,
there's
it's
literally none.
probably already in.
There's none. I mean, there's only one thing I could possibly think of, and that's when it was modeled, they didn't actually boolean out a separate door
But that's not.
and clean it up.
The porter had all its animations attached. Nothing was assigned, but all the empties were attached to all of the doors. You could grab and all the objects were parented to it. You could grab the empty and move the whole door that they know is moving and sliding in the porter.
So then the other thing is that they probably just didn't want to do anything to have the flight model actually take into account doors, because you would
Yeah.
create significant drag, right? And that's just extra
And,
work.
You have to
With
custom
sound,
code
they don't
that.
have to do
Yeah.
it.
No, I
That's
think
what we're
that-
doing for the Spitfire and the P-38, for example. You really have, because by right it's not supported, so you have to do a lot of custom coding to get the drag in. For the latest Spitfire model, for example, the latest Spitfire update, you get a 15 mile per hour penalty if you have your slipper tank. It's really a major drag, unlike teardrop shaped tanks. They're 4 times more efficient. So, but you have to model it in with code. It's not supported natively.
It's
So, and
a
that's
ton of
something I
funny
would like
things
to
not
see.
supported.
It is lacking. That should be part of the normal flight model, but it's not.
I don't think anybody would cry if opening the door or a window on a plane didn't actually create a massive drag effect. I
True.
think most simmers would be
but-
okay with that.
Yeah, I
It's
think
nice
they
to
just
add-
want the sound effect different and just be able to do it for immersion.
Yeah.
Plus, they'd have to
Mostly
change
the
engine
sound.
volumes as well and other things.
But for a drop tank, it's different. Like they really are draggers, so there's significant impact in drag and strategy. How you fly the aircraft, how do you cross an ocean? It is part of your flight plan actually. Empty a drop tank, drop it, go 50 mile per hour faster, continue. It's part of it. Yeah. But yeah, open canopy. What is it? 5-6 mile per hour.
I always cringe seeing people fly the P-38 with the canopy open.
Mm.
That doesn't work. It's literally opening into the wind flow. God damn it! No.
Here's a great list of things that are not supported in the sim. Planes with more than 4 engines. Planes with more than 2 wings. Planes with more than 1 rudder. Canards.
Boo.
Planes
know what else
with
they
more
don't
than 1
support?
aileron per wing.
They don't support propellers with more than 4 blades. Seriously.
yeah.
You have to teach your way around. If you got a turboprop with 6 blade, you have to do a multiplier on 4 blades with 1.5. That is ridiculous. Why don't they support that? Obviously, there are aircraft with 6 blades, 9 blades. Turboprops have that.
Isn't the
Okay,
TBM
helicopters,
6 blade?
They're gonna have more blades too.
Isn't the
I think
TBM
it's
6
6
blades?
or 5. That was 5, right? Maybe some models could be.
Maybe it's
Depends how you
5.
put it. Yeah, depends how you put on. But more than 4 is very, very common. Yes. It's just a joke.
For modern
But okay,
turbos,
That's easily solved. No issue.
Out of interest, how much of the back end is, in terms of flight model stuff, is the same as FSX? Because at my cursory glance, it looks kind of similar, but enhanced.
Nothing much anymore. If you use the modern flight model, if you use the legacy, it's pretty much identical. So that's the thing. Legacy is just FSX. Model flight model is totally different how it works.
Like you're still walking away with a relatively small file. It's not like
Yeah.
20 different files or some large, massive thing. It's quite simple, but
Yeah, that's the way they work, because just like explained, they're doing the many point samples of the airflow over
Right,
the aircraft, that sort of thing. So in a way, so that's a lot of assistance.
yeah. I think a really big misconception is a lot of people think that the geometry of the visual model has some kind of effect on the
Not yet,
aircraft.
not yet. No,
No.
that's their future plan. Right now, it is based on the geometry that comes out of a few numbers, which is pretty
Yeah.
accurate. But it's not a 3D model analysis yet. But it is on the list. They want to do that, which will be the next step up for more accurate flight model for sure.
Is it still affected by the reference datum location in the model, though?
Yes.
Pretty much, yes.
That's still
Yeah.
Gravel's insane, man. Guy will write the entire thing in text editor and then load it up.
No, I don't use the SDK. Gives me more freedom.
I heard a rumor he used Notepad.
Yes.
Notepad++.
No, I use VS Code actually.
Good.
It gives me a few more options to edit it well, but still editor.
Oh, those things you've done to that mall, by the way, are just... God, that thing's amazing.
That one is fun to fly. I really like them all. It's great what
so
TD68 is doing.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. That is a community.
Easily
service,
can
isn't
see
it?
that become my favorite bush plane. Once the mall's
Oh,
finished.
I could already see that. Yeah, the pictures
Sure.
of us today of the interior are like, oh my god.
Yeah, he puts in the luggage and everything. It is so immersive and
Does this say work in progress?
Yeah, he's got
Yep,
his own Discord
pretty
for
much.
it right now. You posted
Yeah.
pictures today in the main channel.
Tail
And
Dragger?
it's, yeah, Tail Dragon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh is on that project too, right? Is Josh, you're doing textures for Tail Dragger?
I think you might be.
What model? M7 or?
Yeah, I'm 7.
7, yes. 225. Probably want to do a mod with a 300 as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Really nice to have the option.
The Orion in FSX is actually one of the better stock FSX models. That's why I flew it a
Is-
lot.
I'd say
Mm,
best alongside the Goose.
Yeah, it may have actually been the best in terms of just overall modeling and just simplicity, but also visually.
Who's making it?
Tail Dragon.
Tail Dragger.
That's the actual company. Like, what do you guys?
No. He's in
No,
the
he's the
Discord.
random guy. Yeah, he's in the Discord.
Sometimes he hops in chat. We'll see him tonight.
Some random guy.
he's a
with a
one-man
plastic
machine
freaking,
churning out 3D models like nobody's business. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's really good at it. Very fast.
They keep an eye out. I've always liked them all.
Miles
Oh, this
really
thing's
nice.
looking nice.
The way it flies is really nice. The way you can plant
Oh,
it down
yeah.
with a think
I wonder
rate, and
why
it's
you
just.
think that. I wonder
And,
why you think it flies nice. I wonder who did the flight model.
No, it's nice. I really like the flight.
No, yeah. It's got that get up and go.
And it's
Unlike
pretty cool to
Japanese
use the
flight,
negative flap also for high speed
Yes, that is
cruise. Just gives you that 7 knots extra.
I've noticed a lot of the Sims recently have, or the planes in the Sims that are tail draggers have managed to lose that weird tendency to get about 40 knots and just go yeet off somewhere. Because at the start of the Sim, so many tail draggers, you get the tail up, or even with the tail down, you'd hit 40 or 50 knots and you'd be like, whee!
Truck Ultra very much. I remember
Yeah,
that.
they improved a lot, fortunately.
It's like, even when you were expecting it and you were busy on those pedals, it was just still run away from you.
Yep.
I remember Carolina Waco.
One of the major updates, I think that was SU6. They improved the P factor simulation a lot. It was very sudden. There was basically no sudden distinction between ground model and air model, but they
just
smoothened that
appeared.
out. So, yeah, that had a major positive impact when they improved the P factor simulation. Really.
Or flying,
Wrecked tail draggers.
learning to fly the Milvis Corsair. I remember how much, or how surprised I was at how much freaking rudder you had to put in on the damn thing.
Yeah, a lot.
It's like the Kodiak. That is like
The Kodiak was
50%
crazy.
rudder trim.
That was
But
way
that's a
overdone.
stupid huge engine though, and a massive. No, that's what it's
Yeah,
like
in a
though.
small plane. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge engine, small plane, massive tail. You put in 12.5 degrees of rudder trim in, right rudder trim in for that thing for takeoff at full power. For like a brake stand takeoff at full thrust. Yeah. You're putting nose down trim and a couple of degrees nose down and 12.5 right rudder, just to get it off the ground and stay straight. Otherwise, it will roll you into the trees. And
You have
send
to
you away.
respect numbers in an aircraft like that, for sure.
Yeah. No, I was chatting with Alex, and he was teaching me how to fly the thing by the numbers, and that thing, it will do stupid things if you play with
Yeah,
the
true.
numbers.
It will just spin around you. The gyro effect's crazy. The torque.
Well, hello, Gravel. I have not vacated. I actually don't have any power to vacate.
Ha!
Are you trying to land here?
Yep, I'm trying to.
Okay, let me slew off then.
I'm coming in for breakfast. I'm just testing the phone. I haven't eaten yet. I just saw you guys online and was like, quick, join. But now I'm hungry.
Oh, have you just gotten up?
Yeah, early in the morning for me. I may be
Ah.
Dutch, but I live in Singapore, so it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. So
That explains the time zones. I thought you were Australian at first.
almost.
Yeah, halfway
King of
there.
Australia.
My farm is going nuts with you coming in.
I'm gonna try that. Turning it on. I can't see any lights, but I will hear it.
No, I work with a bunch of Dutch developers every day, and it. Oh my god. They're an interesting breed. I'll say that.
Oh, I'm sure. Pretty direct.
Yeah, direct is a word. Yeah. Biggest problem is dealing with squirrel brain. It's like when I have the
Yep.
guys working on something, and it's like, and they're like, "Oh, this is a really cool idea. Let's do this." And it's like, "No, stop it. Stop. Do what I asked. Yeah. Okay. Not that thing. Yeah. Build the functionality to do it later, but don't do it now. Otherwise, you'll keep doing the new things until you forget the original. God damn it."
Let's go.
Here goes the farm. Beep, 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 beep. Okay.
Oh, that's
Hello
beautiful.
there. Gliding by.
Wonderful. I have that clipped.
Ah, nice. And to the side. Plus.
No, this
Alright.
sailplane's one that's going to make me want to actually learn how to glide.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
actually
wanna hear
ordered,
from
I
everybody.
ordered 2 sailplane books on Amazon. I just wanted to learn a little bit more.
Honestly, I'm
That should
thinking
be okay.
it's starting to make me want to actually go out and do my gliding cert. Actually get a
I should
license for that stuff.
get
Or at least try
opportunity.
it, you know?
It's pretty awesome. I enjoy it more than motor aircraft now, for sure.
Yeah, I've never been in
Such
a
an
glider.
experience.
It makes me want to. It sounds so peaceful.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a different experience, like now over a thermal plane or a ridge soaring, okay, which works reasonably well, depending where you go. That sort of stuff. It's just great.
I
Beautiful.
think the big thing as well is it helps you really understand aerodynamics. more than
Yes,
anything
it
else.
definitely gives you a deep understanding of aircraft in general. Absolutely. How things
Fine.
work.
I don't even know if there's a place around here that do gliding. There's so much damn military airspace.
What do you want, Cat?
Maybe next to a military base also.
Yeah, Eglin Air Force Base.
Well, they'll tow you, but they might
Same.
shoot at you.
I don't know where we're at on the ranking for busiest airspace, but we're definitely in the top 10, maybe even top 5.
Wow, that's busy, man.
At least in the U.S. I don't know about the world.
Hey guys, I'm going for my breakfast. I might be back
Yeah,
later.
have
See
fun.
ya. I need to eat.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks for
have
the podcast.
Have a good meal. Yep.
Great time. Thanks. Yes.
Yep.
One of my friends is stationed up at Minot Air Base in North Dakota, and he says they got B-52s catching fire every other day. Those things are junk at this point.
B-50s.
Glorious buffs. Yep. They are a pile of junk. They're either catching fire in the air, or they're catching fire on the ground. But
They
they
just
love to catch
refurb?
fire.
Did they just refurb
Yep.
a bunch of those?
Yeah, and they're still junk.
New engines and everything.
Yep. They are generally despised out at Minot. He's on one of the ambulance crews out there, and they get dispatched to fires all the time on the flight line and emergency landings. That's the current active SAC fleet, though. Just hope they don't need him in a war.
Oh, rotor nut. Where are you going, buddy? Whoa. That's awesome.
Oh, I just noticed you can disable the trim string.
Trim string? Oh, on the windshield.
Yeah. Or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Yaw string.
Yeah, you're.
Oh.
Could you stop wailing at me, cat? You've got food. My small furry child is demanding food. Excuse me, come on. Yeah, that was it. Head in the trough.
Yep, dump ballast. I haven't even paid attention. Does the ballast actually add weight? It does, right?
It does, yes.
I guess you're using fuel for that.
No, you can add dummy payloads like baggage and stuff. So it's just a dummy payload, but it's all ballast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we're using basically like an LVAR to like reduce it over time.
Alright, well that was a nice 2-hour flight. Anyways guys, thanks for tuning in. If you stuck around this long, well, what the hell are you doing with your life? Just kidding. I really appreciate anybody sticking around, and hopefully if you did stick around, you got a lot of good discussion out of this video and kind of got a good insider look at kind of what goes on behind the scenes on one of these projects and kind of how the beta testing goes, just a little bit. Although we're at this point in the video, we are really at the end of the beta testing and just basically on the release candidate. There's only one version after that, and that was the actual release candidate. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up down below. Drop me a comment as well if you have anything good to say. If you don't, keep it to yourself. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. RoadNut44 over and out.